All right, on today's episode of Python Papi, we're back inside our TensorFlow course, and we're still doing our malaria diagnosis data preparation module. We just finished it up this morning. Let's have a look at what we went over today. Now, I did want to make up for lost time since I didn't post last night on the TensorFlow. I want to recorrect my course to make sure that we were doing TensorFlow in the morning and artificial intelligence at night. So I just double timed it this morning to make sure I got everything I needed to get done. And we actually finished the entire module. And we did start a new file here for our data prep. As you can see, our last one got pretty long. You see, we ended up with about 810 lines of code. So I started a fresh one this morning, not knowing that we are going to end it, and we did end it. So yeah, let's pick up where we left off. So we can now test out the splitting on our own data set. So we're coming out this part here. We don't have to do this part because I already removed it. We didn't actually use this. Sorry about that. So we can now test out the splitting on our own data set. We will reload this here. So we're going to reload our data using this format here, dataset info equals tfds.load. We're going to load the malaria information. Then we're going to get and run our for loop again for data and dataset 0.take4. We're going to print the data. Next, we will rerun the splits function, the one that we created in the last module. That's this here. And then we're going to modify our ratios again back to the original format as we added as the 0.8, 0.1, and 0.1. And then we're going to assign our train data set, val data set, and test data set to our splits. Our splits do look a little bit different, as you can see. I'm going to explain that in a second when it pops up. And then we're going to print the information out. And you can see this looks a little bit different also. We're going to explain it as it pops up. So note, if we ran it like this without the new additions, we will run into an error. That is because our data set is actually made up of lists. This list is made up of the data sets and the types. So when we are running this, we're actually taking all the list data. So what we want to do is just pick out the data set. And to do that, all we need to do is specify what we are picking out, that we are picking out just the data set by just the assign splits function with this splits data set 0, see line 42. It's not line 42 anymore because we did some moving around. It's actually line 50 now. We getting changed that. So yeah, so now it splits data set and we're indicating that we just want to get this information here at this index here of 0. So that's why that's changed. It's not just data set anymore in our splits assignment. Also, before running, we want to make sure that we take out just one element because running a full data set is going to be very time consuming. It happened to me. I accidentally started running it without putting in this take one here, and it was taking forever to compile. It's a whole bunch of data that it was trying to compile through. So we're going to actually specify that we want to just take out one element from each set by using the take one here for each data set. And I'm pretty sure it's not line 49 anymore because we did move things around. Let me see where it is now. It's actually line 52. So we change this. And as you can see now, we do have our train data set dot take one. Let them know we want to just take one element, and we're going to return that as NumPy iterator. And we did that for each data set, the val data set and the test data set. Let me get to start compiling so you can at least see what's going on. All right, and after we ran it, you can notice our results are more precise. And this is the image and the label. These are the images and the labels that was given us. So now we are returned each image. That's one. It's going to be the training ratio. This is going to be the validation ratio, and this is going to be the testing ratio. Now notice that we are giving back the label for each one. 1, 0, and 1. And if you can recall, our zeros and ones didn't indicate if the patient was or the person was parasitized or unaffected. So that's what the zeros and ones are actually indicating. So yeah, that's what we did this morning. Like I said, I got on about 9 o'clock and I just finished around 1:30. I wanted to do double time since I didn't actually go over last night. I was knee deep in this generative AI information. I think I'm going to dive a little more into that because it was pretty fascinating, but no excuses. So I made up double time this morning and we actually finished the module. So tomorrow we will be starting with malaria data visual, visualization. Makes sense if I can say it right. Yeah. So we'll be starting that tomorrow. I didn't do anything in it because I'm going to start fresh. But yeah, so that's how everything went this morning. Everything's still going smoothly. And yeah, as usual, I'll keep you guys posted every step of the way. It looks like our data did just finish compiling. 0, 1, 0. Yep. So that's it. And again, we're gonna pick up tomorrow where we left off, and yeah, we'll be in a new module, malaria data visualization, and again, I will keep you posted every step of the way. But for now, this is the Python Poppy. You guys stay Gucci.